Hey Tyrone, this is Terry here, simpleswingthoughts.com, and this is your video analysis. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you up here on the main screen at address, and I'm going to have a little help from Tiger and his swing on the left-hand corner, and I'm down here on the right-hand corner, showing you exactly where all of us are going to be on our swings. Okay, so let me first start by saying I like the way you set up here on your golf swing. You've got a nice athletic position. You've got a slight knee bend, which is good. It sort of stabilizes your base as you're over the ball. And as you can see down here, Tiger has the same nice little knee bend here, stabilized over his base. And as you can see, me right here at address, slight knee bend, real stable at address. So our bases, in terms of our feet and our legs, are really, really stable. Now, one thing that I need to look at here to address with you, Tyrone, is see how square your shoulders are. You see how everything is sort of straight down. You don't have any forward shaft lean. I think you said you're hitting an 8-iron here. You see how your head is right over the ball. Okay. What we need to do is, first of all, when you see Tiger here, you see how he's got a slight spine angle here where his spine is slightly going back to the right, and his head right here is behind the ball at address, and he has a slightly forward shaft lean on his club. Well, what that does is that basically centers his swing to where he can swing around his spine without swaying off the ball. Okay, and as you look at myself down here, you see where as I stand up over address with the ball, I've got, let me move the scrub line. See, I've got over the ball, I've got a slightly forward shaft lean. I mean, my shoulders are tilted, my spine is tilted, and I've got shaft lean here on my club. Okay. Now, I think I'm probably hitting a lob wedge, where I think you guys are hitting the 8-iron. So your irons are a little bit longer than mine, but it's the same kind of setup over the ball. Okay. Now, so what I want you to do, Tyrone, is tilt back off the ball a little bit, put a little more weight on your left leg so you can get sort of a forward tilt on your shaft. And you're going to sort of tilt back a little bit at address. And it may seem kind of awkward at first, but you'll get used to it. But when you set over the ball, sort of tilt back with your head behind the ball, and that way you'll have a spine tilt that will look like Tiger's and myself down here. Okay, because what happens is, and I'm going to take you back on your backswing. Now on your backswing, I like the way this looks. You see that arm extension? That's exactly what you want. And let me just do Tiger here for a minute, and you see how perfect extension. I really like that. And then as I come down here with myself, as I come back, I bring the club back, and there's the extension of the arms, you know, that we need right there. Okay. Now from here, because you're more straight up over the ball, Tyrone, see how your head has already gotten a little further ahead? You see how Tiger's head stays behind the ball, and you see how my head's behind the ball. Can't see my ball there, but you see how right here, you see how my head is behind the ball? That's where we need your head. We need your head more here. Okay? And again, you'll get that from your sort of a spine tilt that's to the right at address. Now, as you come up to the top of your backswing, because you're so square over the ball, notice how you lift up. See how your body lifts up? Because now, see, your body is trying to get behind the ball, where it should have been at address. So what you're doing now is you're compensating. You see how now how your head's behind the ball on your backswing? Well, it should have been behind the ball, you know, at address. So now your body's trying to recompensate or compensate for your misalignment on your setup. Now down here, notice how Tiger, since his head was behind the ball, notice how his body just turns around, his swing just turns around his body. See, he doesn't have to lift up because he's already in position. Same thing with myself down here. Notice how when I come up, since my body is already behind the ball, basically we don't have to lift up. We can sort of stay in our posture. Okay? So now, as you've lifted up, your body's trying to help you hit the ball. So what happens is, when you swing down, you see how you come over the top? You see that over the top move? That's when you're bringing the club outside your hands. You're bringing the club outside your shoulders. And what happens is, now you have to chop down on the ball. Now notice how your head is getting more in front of the ball as you come down. Okay? Now notice Tiger down here. You notice on his downswing, you notice how when he drops his club, his head stays directly behind the ball. Okay? There's no movement in his head. Okay? Now notice when I come down through the ball, when I drop my arms, notice how my head stays behind the ball also. Okay? Now, because our hips are clearing automatically, because we've dropped our arms, we've kept our head behind the ball. Now, in your situation, since your head's getting out in front of the ball and you basically are bringing your arms from the outside, notice how when you come into the ball, I want you to notice where your hands are. I know your swing's kind of blurry up here, but your hands are over the ball and your shaft is hitting the ball. Now notice as Tiger comes into his swing, on his downswing, notice his hands are in the same position yours is in. Okay, but his shaft is still back here. Okay, that's called lag. And so what happens is we need your shaft back here. Okay, you'll get that, again, when you set up right over the ball and you don't come out of your posture, you can get in this position rather easily. Okay, you're not that far off. Now notice as I come into the ball too, on my downswing, notice that my hands are over the ball where yours is right here. If I can get this to stop. Okay, see how my hands, they're over the ball where yours is, and my shaft is still lagging back here. Again, because of our posture and our setup at address, we're able to get in these positions rather easily. So, what I want you to work on, Tyrone, is work on your setup, okay? And then we can work on other things. Remember, over the ball, put just a little more weight on your left leg. Not a lot, maybe 55-45 dispersion. Give me a little more spine tilt behind the ball with your head behind the ball. And then when you do that, when your club comes back here, you won't lift up like this. You'll stay down in your posture and just drop your arms as your head stays behind the ball as you swing through, okay? It may seem kind of awkward at first, but hang with it, stick with it. You'll hit a lot of solid shots, because one thing I like about your swing is when you come into the ball, you see how your head sort of gets back? See how your head sort of went back behind the ball just a little bit? We still want it back here, but you did tilt your head back behind the ball a little bit, or a little further back when you made contact. You know, now I don't know where this ball went, but I think you recovered pretty good to where you pretty much hit a decent shot. Maybe not what you wanted, but you hit a decent shot because you basically saved it by getting behind the ball a little more at impact. Okay, we just need this head back a little more. See how your spine tilt is here? That's what we need to address. Okay, you just basically just wasted a little motion in the beginning, but I don't see it a problem. I don't see it being a problem you recovering from this particular setup. So I'm really excited to see how you work on this and see how you can get in the right positions that you need to be in. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is post this on my website, password protected. I'm going to send you the link, and I'll send you the password. And so what we can do is when you open your blog post, you're going to see this video, and then me and you can communicate one-on-one on this video so we can get your swing to where it needs to be. So only me and you will be seeing it and sort of going over it. But like I said, you're not that far off. We'll reset your stance and your posture, but everything else looks good. I think you're going to have a real powerful swing as you begin to understand the basics, again, of the grip and posture. Okay, hope this helps. Work on this. If you have any questions, just comment on the blog post, on the comment box at the bottom, and we'll get you going and get you hitting more solid golf shots. Okay? All right, talk to you soon, and let's get it going. Okay? Take care.